They won't recognize you in 7 days. Not your friends, not your enemies, not even the man in the mirror. Because what you're about to do isn't a transformation. It's an execution. You're killing the old you, the weak, the hesitant, the one who begged for approval. In 7 days, you'll walk differently, speak differently, think like a predator in a world of prey. You'll master the art of quiet, dominance, the Machiavellian way, where every word cuts, every move counts, and every silence has purpose. If you're ready to shed your skin, comment right now. Power is colder than love. Remember that because warmth fades, power doesn't. This is Machiavellian mode, and you're about to learn what it means to become unrecognizable. Number 1, the death of the old self. To become unrecognizable, you must first die. Not in the physical sense, but in the identity that has chained you to mediocrity. You must bury the version of yourself that apologizes for existing, the one who hesitates when opportunity calls, the one who needs validation before movement. That weak man was molded by comfort, tamed by fear, and enslaved by society's invisible leash. But comfort breeds decay, and decay attracts predators. From this moment forward, you no longer seek acceptance. You demand respect through silence and precision. You will learn to act without emotion, to decide without hesitation, to detach from the noise of approval. You will no longer explain your ambition. It is not for them to understand. The world doesn't honor the polite man. It fears the decisive one. Power requires death, and this is your funeral. Burn your weakness and rise from the ashes, colder, sharper, unstoppable. Comment below. My weakness dies today. Number 2, the psychology of power. Power is not given. It is taken quietly, strategically, relentlessly. The moment you start depending on others for recognition, you surrender your throne. Power begins in the mind long before it manifests in your reality. It is psychological warfare, not physical domination. The Machiavellian man understands this. Perception is control. Appear confident when you're uncertain. Appear indifferent when you're enraged. Appear weak when you're calculating. Manipulation is not evil when used for survival. It's intelligence applied with precision. You must learn to study human nature the way a hunter studies patterns. Most people act out of emotion. That's their weakness. You, however, will operate from logic, from cold analysis. Every reaction you provoke must serve a purpose. Every alliance must be temporary until it no longer benefits your mission. Power grows in silence and dies in exposure. Never reveal the full extent of your ability. Let them underestimate you. Let them speak. Let them show you their cards. Then strike with surgical precision. The art of dominance lies in unpredictability. When they can't read you, they can't control you. Remember, emotion is the currency of fools. Detachment is the weapon of kings. Be friendly but unreadable, helpful but uninvested, present but untouchable. You must learn to enjoy the silence of your own superiority, the satisfaction of knowing you are 5 steps ahead while they still argue over the first move. Influence is power disguised as charm. Learn to smile while planning your next conquest. When you master the psychology of control, you no longer chase. You attract. You no longer compete. You command. The world bends to those who understand its mental codes. The one who owns the frame owns the outcome. Never forget, power is not in possession but in perception. Comment below. I command the game. Number 3, the art of emotional control. Emotion is the enemy of power. Every outburst, every reaction, every visible weakness gives the world a weapon to use against you. The man who cannot control himself will always be controlled by others. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago, that restraint is more dangerous than rage. To become unrecognizable, you must learn to feel deeply yet show nothing. Let them wonder what you're thinking. Let them drown in uncertainty while you remain calm, unreadable, calculating. When you master your emotions, you become a mirror reflecting others' chaos, while maintaining internal order. The stoic man does not chase peace. He becomes it. Understand that detachment is not the absence of feeling, but the mastery of it. You can love yet never depend. You can care yet never cling. You can lose yet never break. Power thrives in this emotional neutrality. The world is addicted to reaction, outrage, jealousy, fear, validation. You will be addicted to nothing. When insulted, you'll smile. When doubted, you'll nod. When provoked, you'll analyze. Emotional control allows you to weaponize silence. It makes people fear. You're calm because they cannot predict. Your storm. This is where dominance begins, not in the body, but in the nervous system. You must rewire your impulses. Breathe before responding. Pause before acting. Think before feeling. Every delay becomes a display of control. The masses are enslaved by emotion. Leaders enslave emotion itself. And when you do, you'll notice something extraordinary. Chaos around you slows down. People bend their tone, and opportunities appear as if drawn to your energy. Calmness is power disguised as grace. Never let the world see what burns inside you. Your emotions are your empire, and only you hold the crown. Stay calm, stay dangerous. Comment below. My calm is my weapon. Number 4. The power of silence and strategy. Silence is not emptiness. It is calculation. Every second you spend speaking without purpose is a weapon turned against you. The powerful man knows when to disappear, when to withhold, when to observe. In silence, you see what noise hides. People's intentions, their fears, their motives. Those addicted to talking reveal their strategies through carelessness, while you collect data through stillness. The Machiavellian mind uses silence as both shield and sword. When you speak less, your words gain weight. When you act less, your movements become unpredictable. The world cannot read what it cannot hear, and mystery breeds power. A man who can sit in silence without the need for validation terrifies those who depend on attention. You must learn to weaponize your quiet. Use it to make others fill the void with their insecurities, their need to impress, their fear of irrelevance. The strategist never reacts first. He waits, listens, and strikes where it hurts most. Every delay becomes psychological warfare. While others chase attention, you'll study positioning. While they argue for recognition, you'll plot for control. Strategy is not about constant action. It's about invisible influence, moving the pieces without revealing the hand that moves them. In a world obsessed with speed, the silent man becomes the most dangerous because he's the only one thinking. He is calm while others panic, patient while others crumble, decisive while others drown in their own words. Understand this truth. Those who cannot endure silence will never command respect. Speak when you intend to conquer, otherwise remain still and let the tension serve your purpose. The world bows to those who control the tempo, and silence is the rhythm of power. Remember, control isn't loud, it's quiet, deliberate, and unshakable. Comment below. My silence speaks power. Number 5. The law of ruthless self-discipline. Discipline is not motivation, it is execution without emotion, movement without permission, and persistence without applause. The Machiavellian mind does not rely on bursts of inspiration. It is powered by a cold, relentless system of control. Every action you take, every habit you build must serve one purpose: domination of self. Because before you can rule others, you must first rule your own mind. The weak man negotiates with himself. The powerful man commands. He does not debate his routines. He enforces them. While others search for comfort, he searches for consistency. Discipline is the highest form of self-respect, the silent declaration that you refuse to be ruled by laziness or distraction. Every morning you wake up and do what must be done, even when you don't feel like it. You're declaring war against mediocrity. That's what makes you unrecognizable. Not talk, not dreams, but execution. Repeated until it becomes instinct. You must treat your goals like commandments, not suggestions. When your emotions scream stop, your discipline whispers, continue. Understand this. Pain is temporary, but weakness is eternal. Every skipped task, every broken promise to yourself chips away at your power. The world does not care about your intentions. It judges your consistency. Machiavelli would tell you that discipline is not virtue, it's strategy. The man who controls his impulses becomes untouchable because nothing can bribe him. Not comfort, not distraction, not temptation. He becomes immune to failure because he no longer relies on external reward. His satisfaction comes from control itself. You must craft routines so sharp they feel like rituals, training your body, sharpening your mind, perfecting your craft. You must see excuses as poison and comfort as your greatest enemy. Each hour wasted is a weapon handed to your competitor. Remember, discipline makes you dangerous because it transforms you from a man of wishes into a man of inevitability. You don't hope for success. You manufacture it through repetition, sacrifice, and brutal self-command. The disciplined man walks alone not because he hates others, but because his standards exile him from the ordinary. Stay consistent, stay ruthless, stay in control. Comment below. Discipline is my domination. Number 6. The mastery of influence. Influence is not about speaking louder. It's about speaking smarter, slower, and sharper. It's about bending reality without raising your voice, making others follow your path while believing it was their choice all along. The Machiavellian mind understands that control over others begins with control over perception. You do not force power. You engineer it. Influence is the science of subtle domination, the art of moving pieces on the chessboard while appearing motionless. Every word, every gesture, every silence is a move designed to trigger something deep in human psychology: desire, fear, respect, or uncertainty. To master influence, you must first understand human nature in its rawest form: selfish, emotional, and driven by insecurity. People do not seek truth. They seek comfort. They crave validation, and they fear rejection. Learn to give them what they want while pursuing what you need. That is how kings are made. You must learn to listen more than you speak, observe more than you act, and question more than you answer. Influence grows in the shadows of curiosity. The one who asks the right questions controls the direction of every conversation. When you speak, make every word sound like wisdom carved from experience. Speak less, but say what pierces. Every phrase should carry authority, calm, precise, and absolute. The Machiavellian influencer doesn't argue. He redirects. He doesn't beg. He suggests. He doesn't react. He frames. Whoever controls the frame controls the narrative, and whoever controls the narrative controls the minds of those inside it. You must master emotional mirroring. Reflect the emotions of others subtly, allowing them to feel understood. People trust those who reflect their world back to them. Once they trust you, you can shape their beliefs without resistance. Remember, charisma is not about energy. It's about precision. It's about calculated warmth. When to smile, when to hold eye contact, when to pause long, enough to make silence feel like gravity. Influence thrives on rhythm, tension and release, push and pull, visibility and mystery. Too much attention kills authority. Too little kills connection. The balance between these forces is what creates an aura. The aura of someone who commands without words, whose presence shifts the atmosphere of any room. You must become that man, the one whose calm makes others nervous, whose focus exposes their weakness, whose certainty magnetizes followers without needing validation. Power doesn't chase. It attracts through quiet inevitability. Understand that manipulation in its truest form is not deception, but direction, steering others toward your outcome under the illusion of free will. You can't control everyone, but you can influence anyone if you know their weakness. Every human has one: the need to feel significant. Give them that illusion and they will serve your goals. Willingly, Machiavelli taught that it is better to be feared than loved. But the ultimate strategist knows how to make people love the fear they feel in your presence. Influence isn't noise, it's orchestration. You must orchestrate people's emotions like an invisible conductor controlling their rhythm while appearing indifferent. Be unpredictable in expression but consistent in intent. That tension keeps people off balance and ensures your dominance remains psychological. Never reveal your motives. Let others define them. They will define you as powerful because they cannot understand you. Influence grows in mystery. Reveal too much and it dies in familiarity. Study every interaction like a battlefield. Tone, posture, breathing, silence. Learn to spot hesitation, insecurity, overconfidence. These are your entry points. People reveal more through what they avoid saying than what they declare. And when you find their vulnerability, never exploit it recklessly. True Machiavellian influence is control with restraint, power without discipline collapses into chaos. Always remember, control others through perception, not coercion. Make them want what you want. Make them believe it was their idea. That is true mastery. Speak as if every word costs you a kingdom, and they will listen as if every word grants them one. Command respect through silence, loyalty through understanding, and authority through poise. When you walk, move with purpose. When you speak, do it as if fate has already agreed with you, because it has. For those who influence reality are the ones who define it. Comment below. I control perception. Number 7, the art of isolation and inner power. Isolation is not loneliness. It is the laboratory of transformation. Every man destined for greatness must retreat into silence, away from noise, away from the shallow chatter of the ordinary. The world fears isolation because it forces you to confront yourself, the raw, unfiltered truth of who you are without distraction or validation. But the Machiavellian mind thrives in that solitude. It is in isolation that you stop being a consumer of influence and start becoming its creator. You begin to understand that power does not grow in crowds. It grows in the dark, when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when every ounce of motivation has burned away and only discipline remains. The weak run from solitude because silence exposes their weakness. The strong embrace it because silence reveals their strength. When you isolate, you strip away illusions, friends who only like the version of you that needed them, habits that disguised procrastination as productivity, and dreams that belong to someone else's idea of success. You become sharper, colder, more deliberate. You start noticing the patterns of your own mind, the excuses, the impulses, the self-sabotage, and you crush them with precision. Solitude becomes your forge, where the noise of mediocrity is melted down and reshaped into the steel of purpose. The masses depend on noise to feel alive, but you will depend on silence to feel powerful. When you master isolation, you no longer crave attention. You become allergic to it. You will notice that energy changes. Suddenly, people start chasing you because scarcity creates demand. When you stop being available to everyone, your value multiplies. The world begins to sense that something about you is different, untouchable. They cannot place it, but they feel it. The aura of a man who does not need validation, who answers to nothing but his mission. Isolation gives you something no crowd can. Clarity. You start seeing the battlefield of life for what it really is, a place where only the mentally armed survive. You begin to think strategically without the fog of emotion or the poison of opinion. And the more you retreat into yourself, the more lethal you become when you return. That's the paradox of power. The more time you spend alone, the more control you have over others, because the one who needs nothing cannot be controlled by anything. Your silence makes people nervous because they can't read your motives, and mystery breeds respect. You stop chasing approval and start generating presence. The powerful man doesn't need to announce his comeback. His silence announces it for him. In isolation, you study, plan, and refine. You sculpt your mind into a weapon sharpened by discipline and hardened by solitude. You learn to love your own company so deeply that nothing external can disturb your inner empire. The world will call you distant, cold, arrogant. Let them. That's how they label what they don't understand. You are not withdrawing from life. You are mastering it from a distance. Every great conqueror, thinker, and ruler had periods of isolation where they disappeared. Not to rest, but to evolve. You must do the same. Cut the noise, close the doors, withdraw not as an escape, but as a declaration of intent. Because when you return, you'll no longer be the man they ignored. You'll be the man they can't. Stop watching. Comment below. My solitude builds empires. Number 8. The power of detachment and indifference. Detachment is not weakness. It is the highest form of strength. The ability to walk away from anything, anyone, any opportunity, any comfort without hesitation is what separates the powerful from the dependent. Most men are enslaved not by chains, but by attachments. They cling to relationships that drain them, opinions that define them, and possessions that own them. But the Machiavellian man understands that attachment is the silent assassin of progress. To become truly untouchable, you must learn to detach from outcomes, emotions, and expectations. You must master the art of indifference, not because you don't care, but because you refuse to be ruled by what you cannot control. Indifference is the invisible armor of kings. It makes you unpredictable, calm, and dangerously composed while others crumble under the weight of desire and fear. When you detach, you regain leverage. The world's most powerful men hold influence not because they control everything, but because nothing controls them. The one who needs nothing is the one who cannot be manipulated. Learn to look at rejection and loss with a cold smile. Both are teachers in disguise. The Machiavellian mind does not mourn what's gone. It adapts, recalculates, and advances. The man of detachment moves through life like a shadow, touching everything but captured by nothing. When others chase attention, he watches. When they react, he analyzes. When they beg for love, he becomes the source of it. Within himself, understand this truth. The world rewards emotional independence because dependence breeds desperation, and desperation always smells like weakness. The more you detach from needing people's approval, the more their approval finds you. It's a paradox. The less you seek validation, the more you are validated. That is the mathematics of power. Detachment turns you into an observer in a world of reactors. You begin to see patterns that others can't. How fear controls the masses, how greed blinds them, how ego traps them, and you learn to navigate their emotions like a strategist, steering a ship through stormy seas. You remain still while others drown. That's what makes you dangerous. To detach is to rise above the illusion that you must chase everything you don't chase. You attract by being the man who doesn't need to chase. You understand that everything in life is temporary. Success, failure, love, betrayal, even pain. When you accept impermanence, you stop fearing loss. When you stop fearing loss, you gain absolute control. You become like water, adapting, flowing, unbothered. The Machiavellian man never fights the current. He redirects it. Detachment gives you clarity because it cuts the emotional fog that blinds ordinary men. It allows you to see opportunity where others see despair too. Stay focused while others panic. The crowd moves emotionally. You move strategically. The detached man isn't cold. He's clear. He feels everything, but is enslaved by nothing. That is real freedom. You must learn to look at the world through the lens of indifference, where nothing external defines your internal peace. That's when you become unpredictable. You'll notice that people who once controlled your mood will lose their power, their words will sound smaller, their presence less significant. Because when you stop reacting, they stop existing in your mental space. Detachment is deletion of weakness, of dependency, of illusion. It is the reset button that turns chaos into clarity. Practice it daily. Don't respond immediately. Don't attach meaning to every event. Don't cling to anything that isn't aligned with your mission. Remember this: a man who cannot walk away from what he loves will eventually lose it. But a man who can walk away at any moment will always be respected by others and by himself. Become that man. Cold, centered, untouchable. Comment below. Nothing owns me. Number 9, the Machiavellian Code of Power. Power is not an accident. It's an architecture, a structure built brick by brick through calculation, awareness, and control. To live by. The Machiavellian Code is to see the world not as it should be, but as it is, a battlefield of self-interest, where morality bends to strength and truth bows to perception. The weak cry for fairness. The powerful engineer advantage. Understand this. People are not loyal to you. They are loyal to what you provide. Once you stop serving their interests, their allegiance dissolves. That's not betrayal. That's human nature. The Machiavellian man accepts this with cold logic and uses it to his benefit. Never expect loyalty, only alignment. And when alignment ends, move on without hesitation. The world worships winners and forgets the rest. To maintain power, you must play the game beneath the surface, influence from the shadows, while letting others believe they hold control. Be the hand that guides the puppet, not the puppet that dances for applause. Never reveal your full intentions. Never expose your next move. Conceal strategy behind simplicity. Hide calculation behind charm. The art of deception is not lying. It's allowing others to believe their illusion while you maneuver unseen. Remember, control is not loud. True authority is quiet, calm, and absolute. The Machiavellian man uses chaos as camouflage when others react. Emotionally, he advances strategically. He never wastes energy explaining or defending. Explanation invites opposition. Power grows in mystery, not invisibility. You must learn to think 3 steps ahead, anticipate motives, predict betrayals, and remain detached enough to act without hesitation. Every interaction is a transaction. Every compliment hides intent. The code demands awareness without paranoia, trust without blindness, confidence without exposure. Be courteous, but never familiar. Let people underestimate your intelligence. It makes their manipulation easier to exploit. Lead with composure, not aggression. Calm. Dominance is more terrifying than rage. Remember, reputation is armor. Protect it, polish it, and use it as a weapon. Appear virtuous, but act strategically. The world must see righteousness while you operate with precision. The goal is not to destroy your enemies. It is to make them destroy themselves under your influence. Keep your circle small and your motives invisible. The fewer people who understand your direction, the harder it becomes to block it. The Machiavellian man doesn't seek approval or empathy. He seeks control and outcomes. He measures everything, words, gestures, timing, because he knows that perception shapes reality. Every move should serve your ultimate mission. Every alliance should advance your influence. Nothing is accidental. Power is methodical, deliberate, and ruthless in its consistency. The code teaches patience over passion, silence over shouting, results over recognition. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be remembered, feared, and respected. Remember that the true Machiavellian doesn't just survive, he orchestrates survival itself. Comment below. I move unseen, yet I rule everything. Number 10. Becoming unrecognizable. This is the final stage, the moment when you step into the version of yourself that no one saw coming. Becoming unrecognizable is not about changing how you look. It's about changing how you think, how you move, how you respond to the world. It's about embodying a presence so composed, so calculated that people can no longer read you, predict you, or influence you. You've shed the skin of weakness, burned the habits of hesitation, and silenced the noise of dependence. Now you walk like a man who owns time itself. Your silence commands rooms, your words cut through uncertainty like blades. You no longer react, you direct. You no longer chase, you attract. You no longer seek approval, you demand respect through your existence alone. Every step you take is deliberate, every decision fueled by logic, not emotion. You've learned the dark geometry of human behavior, and now you stand above it, watching others move in predictable cycles while you operate beyond them. You've mastered the power of detachment, silence, control, and perception. You've turned pain into precision, isolation into clarity, and discipline into identity. This is the evolution of the Machiavellian man, forged in solitude, fueled by control, and defined by quiet authority. People will whisper about your change. They'll say you've become colder, harder, more distant. They're right, because you've evolved beyond their comprehension. You're no longer part of the crowd. You are the observer of it. You are the storm that walks calmly through chaos. When you become unrecognizable, you no longer need to explain your transformation. Your presence does it for you. The world will test you, but it can no longer touch you. You've become immune to distraction, indifferent to failure, and untouchable by emotion. You've achieved the rarest power of all, complete self-control. This is your rebirth. This is Machiavellian mode. Comment below, I am untouchable. And if this message struck something inside you, like the awakening of the power you've always known was there, then like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because this is just the beginning.